Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Bryan pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 362.
Sexiest podcast / possibly the most patriotic on the network.
Yeah, we are pretty decked out in our patriotisms and stuff.
Fuck yeah. I don't have a patriotic sound drop now I think about it.
Right.
I used to have an eagle cry. I don't have that anymore, Brian.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's all right.
Yeah.
People can, use their imaginations,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I kind of have something that's patriotic.
Okay.
I mean, let's give it a shot. How's that? Oh, geez, wrong button. You want to hear it again, I guess. Is that patriotic enough?
Works for me. I mean, it's about money. I mean, it's what makes the country go round. So, yeah. Works for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, what kind of murking did you do?
Oh, we had 2 days of America, really.
Wow, 2 days of America.
2 days, yeah. Because on the third, Jeannie's friend. Actually, this is going to go down a path.
Okay.
So bear with me.
All right.
So we go over to her friend's house. She's having a cookout and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And silly goose me didn't bring any beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was definitely like, because I just got off of work and I'm like for sure ready to have a nice cold one in my face.
Right. You're like Fry in that episode of Futurama where he can't get a can of Slurm until the tour's over. And he's just keeps looking at just dry mouth and
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I she's like, hey, help yourself to, beer in the fridge and we're going to get the food going on soon. Because, too, I don't typically eat during the day, so I'm starving.
Right.
And I crack open the fridge and Jeannie left ciders there from, her previous trip to her friend's house, which I don't really want a cider situation in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. But, they had, just a bunch of Corona in there. Which I'm like, well, whatever. I'll have a Corona. It's fine.
Yeah.
And at about 3 seconds, half that Corona was down.
Right.
And I'm like, I need to go get beer because I'm just going to plow through because it's like drinking water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in the mood to have a couple beers and it's going to be no bueno.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to just smash all her beer.
Mm-hmm.
So and there's a carry out right around the corner from where she lives. 12-pack of PBR, $8.99. I'm like, sold.
Done.
Because their selection wasn't great.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. But no, so that was fine.
Mm.
But where the story time comes into is this cookout gets going, which, brats, burgers, various salads, all delicious, all, a bunch of people I don't know, whatever. Some people I do know, cool.
Mm.
The fireworks, of course. Throwing the old firecracker packs into a tin can, and it's just like, I'm just over,
I get you,
and
dude.
like we walked in, and dude's like, take some firecrackers. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not my game.
Right. Unless that's some sort of shot or a beer, I'm good.
Yeah, well, the same guy did come around later for a plastic bag full of little bottles of Dr. McGillicuddy's various shots.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I reached in, got a random root beer shot or something. I was like, okay.
He just stole them from like the liquor store or something,
I don't have no idea.
Yeah.
But so one of her neighbors comes over though, and we're talking to this guy. He used to live because she lives out in the Point, going local. So the dude used to live out there and just recently moved back. Like he grew up there, went and traveled. Now he's living there again as a older gentleman.
Right.
And the subject of podcasting comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm not going to throw out names because I don't, nice guy, not going to put his name out there because you never know.
Right.
But so podcasting comes up and the guy's like, oh, you got a podcast? Oh, because we're talking about how we have friends that we travel with and stuff. And I'm like, half the friends we have is because of podcasting. It's weird, And he's like, oh, man, you got a podcast? I'm like, yeah, it's, salty language. Shout out. It's, it's terrible. I'm like, it's just awful humor. He's like, well, what's it about? And Ashley put it best. She's like, it's kind of like the Seinfeld of podcasting. And I'm like, that's accurate. Because I was like, we pretty much just talk about what goes on in our life and we sprinkle in pop culture and other stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just us. It's just us being us. It's like a view into our friendship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, because, my friends and I, we get together and we just, we'll pick a podcast and we'll just, like, binge listen to them for, like, 10, 12 hours.
Oh, geez.
I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, so I'm going to be checking out yours. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me know what you think,
Yeah. Did you tell him that's a nice start with ours?
Yeah. I did tell him we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So later in the evening, we were still bullshitting at this guy, and the dude who came back around with the bag of shots.
Yeah.
Because there was like a little backyard bar we were all sitting at. He plops down, and he's just blazing a joint.
Yeah.
Just blazing. Dude's like, hey, anyone want one? And we're all like, nah, because, Jeannie's like, yeah, I work with drugs and alcohol. And I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for a new job. I'm good.
Yeah, probably not the best time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I appreciate the offer, not the best time.
Right.
But the older dude's like, he's like, you guys do this? Do you guys do edibles? And, the dude smoking's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, I'll be right back. And he just takes off to his house. He comes back with this little Ziploc baggie full of these little Lego block gummies.
Right.
He's like, this is, I make these myself. They're pretty strong.
Oh, boy.
Blaze guy pops one, just walks away.
Yeah.
And And then so, him because he's offering me the edible again. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like I said, just looking for some new jobs.
Right.
So the guy is like, well, you remember how earlier I was telling you that my friends and I, we get together and we listen to podcasts and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you know why we listen for 10, 12 hours? I'm like, I have no idea. He's like, because we all get in a room and we're tripping balls.
Yeah, I was going to say they get riggedy wrecked. Yep.
Exactly. This guy's probably 50, 60.
Sure, why not?
Which, hey, whatever.
Yeah,
no
right.
judgment. I'm
Right,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, by all means, let me know what you think. Although
Right.
he's not on any social media. So I just have to run into him again.
Oh, well, that's pretty weird.
I know. I imagine we'll probably be at her house again because she has a pool and a big backyard and it's summertime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing about this guy and his friends tripping balls listening to our show.
Right. Like, man.
I really hope they're in they're deep.
Yeah.
Like in real deep. They're seeing angels and demons and the walls are melting and we start talking about Hobo Gulch.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah. One of our deep philosophical conversations.
Yeah, we do have a tendency to really go off the rails sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's, yeah. But yeah, it was nice. She was very thankful. I showed up, left and came back with PBR, and I left them there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if they get drank, great. If they don't, then they'll be there next time I come. I just feel like I need to contribute.
Right.
And plus, dude, that first gulp of that Corona, and I looked at the bottle, I'm like, yeah, this is not.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, never bring your husband here again.
Yeah. Right. And he drank all my beer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my 3rd of July situation. And the old fireworks in the point where, everyone it sounded like a war zone out there.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Which, I'm the point's a weird place for no one who lives in our area.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and no offense to, anyone who's listening who might live out there, but it kind of reminds me of like White Trash Beach Town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because where she lives, you drive out there and you're like, if there was palm trees, this is parts of Florida. I mean, look at how close the houses are and there's sand and you can see the water and.
Right.
But then you look around at some of the people living there.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
It is.
It's a weird part of our city.
It is. Yep. It's almost its own thing in the way that, Florida's a good example. Because Florida is its own thing. There's the South and then there's Florida.
It's true.
And not in the way that there's the South and there's Texas. Texas is like, no, we're Texas.
Yes.
Florida isn't like, no, this is Florida. It's more like the rest of the country is like, that's Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like Florida's our cousin Eddie, Yeah.
Yeah. Like you get off the plane in Orlando and someone's yelling, shitter's full.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I love Florida, but I don't think I'd want to live there.
No,
it's a great place to visit.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Go there, hang out on the beach, drink until you see Jesus.
Yep.
Come home.
Oh, I was going to say drink till you see Jesus, then sit in the drum circle with him for a little bit and then come home. But
well, yeah, I mean, Growler Jesus probably migrated down there.
Well, he goes where he's needed, Tony.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Speaking of growlers, you see I moved all my growlers back
I
here.
did, yeah. They look fantastic back there.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just got to get the rest of the shit off that shelf.
Just what you do is you just take the growlers and just set them on your desk and then just dump the rest of the stuff out. Just dump it right on its side and then just put those back up. Done.
I like it.
Done.
Like throw it on the ground like it did me wrong.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. I'll Florida it.
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on America Eve exciting happen to you?
No. There were a lot of people shooting off fireworks up here. But
Imagine.
Honestly, we talked about that when we recorded before. I mean, that started last weekend. As is tradition. It's
and you know what I've noticed about living in the country?
What's that?
Is when it comes to these holiday times, the couple days around the holiday and the holiday itself, are pretty intense.
Yeah.
But it stops fairly early.
Okay.
But when I lived in the city, it was like a week and a half of being in the Nam.
Right. That's the way it is here.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I think
I know maybe population density, I'm sure.
Well, I think part of it here too is that there is literally 3 or 4 fireworks places within 5 minutes, 10 minutes of where I live.
That's true.
You know?
That's accurate.
So you can blow up all the all the things and go, let's go get more.
I mean, it seems like out here, like I said, it's a little more, it feels more intense because there's more open space. Sometimes I feel like people are trying to shoot down slow flying planes.
Could be. Mm-hmm.
You know? But yeah, it doesn't last nearly as long as it did when we lived in town.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. You know, it's like where you live to drive to get fireworks. It's kind of a pain in the ass unless they sell them at like a gas station or something.
Anything's possible. There's probably some savage out by the pumps.
Probably.
Distributing sparklers and shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's probably true. They were going off pretty crazy here last night. Normally, you know, you hear a little here and there type stuffs, but they were all over the park last night, man. I kept hearing them from different directions. You know, I go outside and look and see, you know, like straight across, like over where there's that church next to this place. Somebody was just shooting them out of their parking lot, I think. And yeah, I'm sure the church will appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sure they love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, fireworks for Jesus.
Right. Makes sense. He was a big fan.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, that was about it for my fourth.
Fan.
Other than, you know, still fighting the man cold. So, yeah.
Damn man cold, Brian.
I know, it won't go away. Damn thing, I keep waking
up.
up.
You gotta figure that shit out.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I'm working toward 2 weeks with it, but I heard various people that had it have said that like the one that's going around or whatever, that most people seem to have it a couple weeks. So, but I don't know, man. At some point, I might be like, maybe I should go see a doctor or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's really starting to sound like major bullshit. Considering it interrupted beers and ribs time.
Trust me,
I'm just saying.
I was very sad about that. But dude, I woke up yesterday.
Beers and ribs time.
I know. I woke up yesterday and I was so congested. I felt like, I don't know if you have this too. Like when I'm really congested, my head feels like it's on fire. Like I'm not running a fever. It's just my head feels like it's on fire. And
because it is.
Yeah, probably. No, I'm sure it's the inflammation of the sinuses and stuff, but it's so miserable.
Well, that and all the fire.
Yeah, that too. Right. And then and I just could not stop coughing yesterday again. So at least today my coughing has gone down. So I don't know if that's good or bad, you know, because obviously I probably need to cough stuff up, but at the same time, I'm tired of coughing.
I mean, I'm just saying we could have like lubed up your lungs and shit with some rib grease.
That was the problem. Is that's exactly what I needed.
Like doctor's orders, intake rib grease.
Yep, and beers. Or whiskey.
Beers.
Yep. Yeah. Nope.
Beers.
Now I saw the pictures you posted though, man. That stuff looked like you killed it.
Man, well, here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Is last year when I did ribs,
mm-hmm.
I made a dry rub recipe, right?
Yeah.
Like, no sugar, cause you know, I'm the no sugar kid over here.
That's true. That is what your, cowboy boots say.
It's true. Yeah. It's all bedazzled and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You look like Twinkie the Kid.
But, exactly. Just with no sugar.
Right.
Just a yellow dong of a hat and chaps on.
Old Stevie the Kid over there.
Yeah, for sure.
No, not that either.
Yeah. But so I made this dry rub though, and I'm just about out of it.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's in it, and I love it.
Oh shit.
Oh. Which is why I have a little notebook where every time I concoct something,
yeah,
I write down my measurements so I can change it in the future or remember it if it's good.
Right. Yeah.
But I've started doing that within the past month.
Right. There's no...
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you don't have anything in your Instagram or something probably, of what's in it. That sucks.
It's how I do everything. I go a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, and I give it a taste. I'm like, that's amazing. And I don't write it down. And because I'm using an old Costco, like, peppercorn bottle.
Yeah.
Because it has, like, it's a big bottle, like a shaker top.
Uh-huh.
Which, why would you need shakers like peppercorn? Because it goes in a grinder, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
And on the side, I only wrote on the side dry rub in marker.
Well, that's
like a fucking idiot.
That's pretty helpful. At least you know it's a dry rub.
I know. It's super helpful.
Yeah. Like, oh, is this taco seasoning?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, dry rub.
No, clearly dry rub. I thought it was peppercorn.
Yeah.
That's what the label says.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
boy.
So, yeah, that really bummed me out, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, all this week, though, because it's been so hot and humid, I'm trying to cook outside as much as I can, because why heat up the kitchen, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
So like, even, like, those stuffed peppers you buy from Costco that you bake, I just did them on the smoker.
Right.
Yeah, anything I could do outside, I'm doing. So, with the dinner yesterday, we had all these, like, root vegetables that we'd roasted up.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck it, I'll just throw them in a big old cast iron pan and, fire up the charcoal grill and I'll cook them out there. No oven heat. Perfect.
Right.
Which worked like a dream. They're delicious, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. Is when I bought my set of cast iron pans, right?
Yeah.
They came with these fucking sick gloves.
Yeah.
Like, they go all the way up to your elbows.
Right.
They're red and black. They kind of look like an old, like the first version of the Viper that came out,
Right, right.
They're like,
nice.
and you put them on.
Right.
And you feel like a superhero, like you're ready to go fight Goro. I mean, you feel sick.
Right, right.
Yeah, they don't really so much block heat that good.
Oh, my.
Like, why would they come with the cast? Like, because I put our biggest cast iron thing we have out there. It's this big fucking monster pot.
Yeah.
It weighs a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, well, this is going to be too hot to put on our little trivet on the table because some idiot's going to bust her knuckles against it and like light it on fire at my dinner table.
Well, that'd be kind of fun to watch, though. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I was like, Logan, I need your help. I'm going to pick the pan up and dump it, and you can scrape all the goodness into a bowl.
Right.
Right? Team.
Right.
I could hold the pan by the handle for about 3 seconds.
Oh, shit. You need some gloves, son.
So hot. Dude. And like I said, these gloves, you put them on, you feel like you just stepped off like into a Marvel book.
Right.
You're like, I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Purely for looks.
It'd be like putting on an NFL, uniform and then thinking you could go play football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Be like showing up at a house fire in one of those little Fisher Price yellow jackets and plastic helmets.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's just, these gloves are cool, but they're not that cool. I need to upgrade, son.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of those, like, seriously, they're not the gloves, because I think those are just, like, for your hands or whatever, but they're the ones that go up, like, higher, and they're kind of like mittens, basically, But you could, like, I used to wear those things and just pull stuff right out of the oven and stuff. Those were great.
Yeah, clearly it needs, like, thicker, more insulation between the outside of the glove and my palm. Not the, like, single layer of cow skin that's there.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't
like, I'm
melt.
sure, Yeah, yeah, exactly. It gave me time to, go, oh, God, this is hot. It didn't burn my hands or anything.
Right. I've made a terrible choice.
I mean, if I was going to ever challenge anybody to a duel, this is the glove I'm smacking them with because it will fuck them up.
Right. Especially
if I put like a roll of quarters in each finger.
Right. Unless they're like they have a suit of armor on that's like piping hot.
Well, yeah, that's over.
Then you're in trouble.
I think I already won that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, man, I'm going to challenge this guy to a duel, but he smells delicious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you realize he had been rolling around.
That was something.
Yeah, he'd been rolling around in your dry rub.
Yeah, for sure, right?
That's where it all went.
Bastard. Yeah. Yep. Stay out my dry rub, son.
It's all up in his nooks and crannies.
I know, right? Well, that's how you do it.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
He basically was reenacting the scene from, what is it, From Here to Eternity, where they're making out on the beach and the waves are crashing up. Except it's him on dry rub instead.
Exactly. Dry rub.
Yeah. Delicious.
Say, I got to convince Jeannie to give me a dry rub massage. That sounds terrible.
That sounds awful. Yeah.
Like, oh God, I forgot it has cayenne. Oh my.
Yeah, it seems like a bad career move.
So, but like Jeannie's friend Bryan with an I, he came over and he had dinner with us because they watch movies together.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's a day off and I want to make ribs, so you should see if he wants to come here.
Yeah.
Because I want to spend time with my wife.
Mm-hmm. And ribs.
So he came here. We watched some movies, bro. We watched Ladybugs.
Like the Rodney Dangerfield Ladybugs?
Yes.
Holy shit! Really? Why?
Because it was apparently once upon a time it was one of Jeannie's favorite movies.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So and it was streaming on whatever platform we were using.
Okay.
So we're watching Ladybugs. Still, I mean, there's a lot of parts of it that still hold up.
Okay.
I mean, it's Rodney. It's a funny movie.
Right.
But dude, so much racism and pedophilia jokes.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Those were okay then.
Ones that, because it's been, yeah, exactly. I mean, once upon a time, I remember watching Ladybugs and all this stuff was over my head. Now I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they just did that scene.
I haven't watched it.
There's basically there's basically a scene where the kid, they need to pick him out a dress because there's some party,
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, whatever the dude, Chesterfield. Chester, that's what Rodney's character's name is. It's got a zipper, come zip me up.
Yep.
So it's him and the kid in the dressing room, and they're talking about, I can't believe the situation you're putting me in and all that. And there's a woman waiting for the dressing room. You can hear, and it basically sounds like they're fucking in the dressing room.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Like, hey, I'm sorry, it's a little tight, but you'll get used to it.
Oh, wow.
It's just like, I don't remember these lines. It's billed as a kid's movie.
Oh, it totally was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's a kid on the soccer team who was an Asian girl, and she was sucked as a goalie, and then of course she starts fucking lighting it up in the championship game.
Yeah.
And Rodney just goes goody goody.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
It's just like, I'm like, whoa, there is so much. And it's not even like, oh, that might be racist. It's like, no.
No, that's racism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. I mean, do yourself a favor and go watch Ladybugs.
If you love racism and pedophilia jokes. Yeah.
Bryan, we need to have a salty language review of Ladybugs.
All right. I'm in.
Yes.
Jeez.
Because I'm telling you, there's definitely some laugh out loud moments still.
Yeah.
But yeah, still.
Right. I haven't watched that movie since I worked at Family Video, because I used to put it in once in a while at Family Video. So
that's fair.
Now I feel bad about it.
I would too.
Yeah.
Nah, you shouldn't feel bad at all.
All right.
Nothing cracked up my Family Video customers better than Black Sheep when he yells "Kill Whitey."
True enough.
I got a round of laughter throughout the store. I was like, oh boy, forgot about that line.
Right. What you needed to do was every time that line came up, you should have been shouting it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or when he says, kill Whitey, just be like...
Then Kingsman, that's always fun.
The what?
The Kingsman?
Oh, yeah. The new one or the first one?
Yeah, that's a good one. The first one.
Okay.
I think the next time, the second one will be on deck.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. First one was
good
fun.
Stuff.
Good, fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that was basically my 4th celebrations. Was me grilling all day and hanging out outside. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, sounds like it would be.
I know, right? I'm definitely ready to make more ribs. So, just fair warning.
All right.
Once I figure out my dry rub recipe.
Yeah. By then, I'll probably be dead. So, just this man cold will finally have felled
I'll
me.
leave a pile of bones on your gravesite.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember, Viking funeral. So.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Well, then I'll serve ribs at your Viking funeral.
There you go. Now we're talking.
For a nominal fee, of course.
Right. Just remember, don't handle things with those gloves.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Terrible idea. That's so weird.
Man, I know. Like I said, they look badass too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you put them on, you're like, fuck yeah, let's go fight Guile or something.
Right.
But,
yeah, because at first I was like, well, maybe it got hotter on the grill or whatever that you were using than it would normally in the oven. But it's like, no, because those kind of things people take camping, so it'd be right over an open fire. So
yeah, my grill was right around like 300, 325.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's not.
I mean, it's not super hot.
No, because you'd have it at that temp if you were using the oven or so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
It's not like I'm gonna get the oven ripping at like 500. Like, I always put this on clean mode.
Yeah,
that's
what I do. Get all those nice drippings from inside the oven. Delicious.
Yeah, oven drippings.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, that's neon blue, but I bet it's delicious.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to dip my chips in it.
That's right. That's right.
That could be our version of I'd buy that for $1. I'd dip my chips in it.
Dip my chips in it, yeah.
Kind of sounds sexual, actually.
It does, yeah. It reminds me of
I dip my chips in that, man.
It reminds me of the sketch on The State with the what is it? Was it to put my balls in or something like that?
Oh,
or I'll
dip
put
my balls in it, or whatever.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
The State, but that's how I murk it, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I ate pig back basically, and
nice.
Drink a decent amount of beer, and although it was so hot, I never got wacky, which is fine.
Right.
I did like that Sam Adams Rebel Juicy IPA.
Mm-hmm.
I had to give it a whirl because for $9.99 for a 6-pack, that's a decent price point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It starts off like, this is a delicious juicy IPA, and then it kind of ends a little synthetic almost.
Okay.
Like, it's like, that's not a natural flavor, but it's not terrible.
I gotta tell you,
it's not like
they really missed an opportunity with the label for that, because it should seriously be. I'm gonna wait till you're done drinking. It should seriously be like Sam Adams, but like looking back, and he's in like shorty shorts with Juicy on the ass.
Yes, it absolutely should be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what though? They're just not that cool to do that.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're pretty standard with their. In fact, they streamline their labels even more than they used to be. So yeah.
Now I'll guarantee you this though: if for some reason I ever design a label for a juicy IPA, that is going to be it.
It's going to be like it's going to be you looking back with.
Yeah, just I mean, just a thick ass.
Of
juicy
course,
on it.
Of course,
yeah.
If it was anything other than that, I'd be very disappointed. Be like
blackstrap molasses thick.
Yep. The old thick with 2 C's. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then and it'd be juicy, maybe juicy on one cheek and IPA on the other. I don't know. Or maybe you won't even be able to read all the letters because the letters deep dive into the crevice.
Yeah, that's probably likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, an ass so juicy it starts eating the pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's disturbing.
Does anyone design juicy pants to have a wet floor sign?
Probably not. I'm sure there's some that have slippery when wet, on the front or something. But
oh God.
I mean,
yeah, I could picture some idiot wearing those all hammered on Budweiser. Slippery when wet. Be like, get out of here, Wanda.
The funnier part is when she accidentally
no
puts
one
them
wants
on.
your dirty vagina.
The funnier part is when she puts them on backwards. Oh my!
Sorry, I got the trot. Oh, God damn it, Wanda!
Oh no, Wanda's got her run panties on again. Whoa!
It's a problem if you have specific run panties.
Yeah. Gross.
That is a problem. I mean, I understand ladies have Shark Week panties. I get it.
You said shirt, right? Yeah. Yikes.
If you have panties dedicated to loose bowel, that's a problem. Or it could be marketing area that we should explore.
Yeah, whatever works, man. I ain't hating it.
Well, loose bowlies or something.
Yeah, let's get a hold of MeUndies and see if we can get something worked out here.
Yeah, we have to. The pattern have to be desert camouflage, but darkened slightly.
Yeah. That's terrible.
You don't want that you don't want that delightful light sand color.
Right.
You need something that's looks like freshly tilled soil.
Right.
Yeah.
Looks like you just sat in a bucket of gravy from KFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Now we're talking. It is awful.
Yeah. Oh man. So last couple days I've been watching a whole bunch more of Fuck That's Delicious.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So really enjoying that show. Just watching Action Bronson's a guy that I think the more you watch it, you get really surprised by who he is. First of all, for a man that's as large as him, he actually is fairly mobile. Watching him play handball and shit. I was like, what? I figured he was going to keel over dead, but nah, man, he was right in there with all the scrawny people playing and stuff. But, yeah, just...
Does watching all this Fuck That's Delicious make you want to take a pound of weed to your dome?
No, I mean, I see a lot of food I'd like to try.
All they do?
Yeah. Boy, you ain't kidding. They're constantly with the marijuanas.
I know, because we watched a couple episodes, when they first popped on Hulu.
Uh-huh.
And the kids sat down and were watching 15 minutes, and Leah's like, are they doing... We're like, well, yeah. But where they are, it's maybe legal.
Yeah. They are in Jamaica in one of the ones I watched, so,
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. That was actually a kind of cool episode.
Little known fact, not legal in Jamaica.
Really?
Just no one really, does anything about it.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. They're all too high to do anything about it.
Watch. I'm just spouting out facts. Watch somebody's going to be like, dude, it's totally legal there. Oh,
yeah, probably.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do enjoy Fuck That's Delicious, though.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. I'm going to be sad when I'm all the way through all the episodes. Although I got to say this, I really dig the Mayhem dude that's with him, and Alchemist is whatever. But dude, I can't stand that other dude. The body? Big body. Oh, dude, he annoys me.
He's a creeper.
Well, he annoys me because he's that. If you were let's make a stereotypical New Yorker, he's that.
Right.
It's so. I mean, he is seriously a caricature of the stereotype of a. Drives me nuts. But then he sits down and he's eating seafood,
No,
talking about how delicious it is. So it's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's a YouTube pro tip for you if you like mayhem. He's got a few videos on, I think, Munchies, where he's making food and they're entertaining to watch.
Oh, interesting.
He's just being him, but cooking.
Right. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I noticed towards the end of the first season that they have in there that it's more action and mayhem than it is anybody. Like,
yeah, they end up being this. Oh, obviously, action's a standout, but
yeah,
you see who's more camera friendly, basically.
Right. Well, and those two embrace the food too. I mean, the other guys do a little bit.
It is a food show.
Yeah, exactly. I also think, I mean, they actually make comment on a couple of them that, like, body's not allowed in certain countries. So, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but, yeah, I wasn't mad at it. Yeah.
Now, here, I got an idea, Brian.
Okay. All right.
I have a GoPro. We just need some, like, lavalier mics or whatever those are called.
Yeah.
And we'll start making a show, and we'll just call it Meh, It's Okay.
I like it. Do you think
and here's the idea.
Okay.
We'll pull up Yelp, because Yelp Elite.
Right.
And we'll go to places that are 3 stars or less.
Oh, God. Ooh, I don't know about that one.
And then, Meh, it's okay.
I mean, if you can get like Pepto or Imodium to sponsor that tour, I'm in. But so I got a feeling we're going to need a lot of it.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, I've never been one to shy away from most greasy spoons, And usually the sketchier the better.
I've definitely ate some questionable places.
Me too, yeah. Usually the sketchier it is,
like,
the better the food.
Is this lizard? Whatever, it tastes okay.
Yeah, I don't care, yeah. You call it whatever you want. Yep.
Exactly. You walk in, there's like 8 feet of dust on the one bar, like some decorative thing on the bar, and you're like, yeah, I'll have a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 hours, you're shit blood.
Right. You're sitting at the counter, you look over at the, they have one of those old school pie things with like the big glass dome over the top of it, and you're like, man, that pie looks delicious, and then you realize that, that pie has been there for like 40 years.
No one's ordered a slice of pie since 1967.
Right. Yeah. Maud walks up, wiping the counter. She's like 1,000, and she's like, I made that when I was 12. Like,
Sounds like some sort of Twilight Zone episode where the barman's like Satan, and whoever orders the pie and are in for a ride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you probably are. The pie's so old and weird like that, you probably trip balls from having it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, what was in that pie? Like, just, cherries and sugar water and
cherries, sugar water, a little bit of ayahuasca. Like,
wait, what? Huh? Wait, back up. What, water? No, after that. Crust? Oh, boy.
Is that why the Jaguar God was serving me vanilla ice cream a la mode?
I thought it was weird I was eating it out of his hand, but, when in Rome.
When in Rome, yeah. Exactly.
Boy, that would be a brave endeavor,
Yes. You talking about ayahuasca pie or Meh, It's Okay?
Oh, no, the pie would probably be fine, but the Meh, It's Okay. That'd be, yeah, I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna pull up Yelp real quick. I just want to see what might pop up because I know it gets organized by stars.
Mm-hmm.
Organize. You can organize by star. You can sort.
Yeah.
By star count. I just got to see what's 3 or less around here because I'm curious.
Right.
Because I've probably eaten it there.
Probably.
Levantes. I'm trying to decide now. I was like, dude. Yelp Elite, motherfucker, and all that.
Yeah.
Did you know? Oh, you can't sort by stars. That sounds like bullshit.
It does, actually.
with Google Maps, that they have a thing similar to that, and you become a local guide.
Oh no, I didn't know
but
that.
You get perks.
Oh, you do?
Perks.
Like dry handies
yes.
from
like,
whoever's driving the car?
If only. No, like they'll give you, if you get a certain level, they'll give you Google Cloud storage for free for a year.
Huh.
Stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
So I'm at this part now where I'm like, well, do I Yelp Elite? Or do I Google Map local? What do I do?
Well, what does Yelp Elite give you?
The snootiness of being Yelp Elite.
Oh, well, that is worth something, but...
It is worth. So yeah, the closest thing to me that's 3 stars is AJ Doolittle's. Shout out Lambertville. What? And I have eaten there before, and it is a dump.
Yeah, I've eaten there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
I kind of feel like we need to do something like Matt.
In fact, you and I ate there together. Because we sat at the bar, remember? Because I think that's the place we were watching. They had like the local Detroit thing on or something. Like it was the bands or something like that.
Oh my God. If I was Yelping it at that time,
yeah,
strictly based on the show alone, 5 stars.
Right. Yeah.
That show was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I don't care how, I don't know what was in the food. I don't know what was in the beer glass.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That visual entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like shaving fresh truffle on my shitty Reuben or whatever I got.
Right. It's weird that you ordered a shitty Reuben.
I know. You think I'd ordered a classic Reuben?
No.
I'm like, hey, actually, give me the shitty one.
Okay. They have another one of those things like for pie, but it's just got one Reuben in there.
Oh my God, Reuben pie? That might be okay.
I don't know about that.
Like a pot pie type of situation?
I'm not on board with that.
Like a hand pie? But Reuben filled?
Dude, calm down. Right now, there's
in that Thousand Island sun?
I was going to say, right now, there's some guy out there named Reuben that's just getting hard.
I'm letting y'all in on a little secret. I'm going to open up my Reuben hand pie food truck.
And it's called...
Next time we'll be talking, I'll be making millions.
It's called No Dry Handies.
Yes. Because every hand pie comes with a dipping sauce.
That's right.
I love this idea.
Yep.
No dry handies. Because they all come with sauce.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Yep. Perfect. And we'll have juicy IPA on tap.
Fuck yes.
Yep.
Food truck, all hand pies, called Five Knuckle Shuffle.
Oh man, you know what's funny though now is if you said that, more people would probably think of like the move that John Cena does more than they would think of what that actually means.
Dude, he jacks off in the ring?
Yeah. No.
That's not cool.
No, he does.
So you guys can't see me.
Yeah. He does have a thing he does that's called the Five Knuckle Shuffle, and it made me laugh because his finisher used to be called the FU, right? Now it's called the Attitude Adjustment. Right. But they never changed the name of the Five Knuckle Shuffle, which for those who don't know is a masturbation reference. And, no, he still does it to this day.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, don't we all?
Oh, man.
Like, the Attitude Adjustment and the FU are way better than his original, the Anus Destroyer.
Right. Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little aggressive.
A little bit. Yeah, that's what they told him,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon was like, whoa, pal, even for me, that's aggressive.
Jesus Christ. What would Linda think?
Oh, man. Yep. Gotta write that down.
So yeah, that was my 4th of July.
Sweet.
Right.
Right. I've been listening to a metric crap ton of podcasts too. Again.
Metric crap ton, you say?
Yeah, I've gotten back into.
Have you now?
Yeah. Again, still trying to burn through that back catalog. You know, started listening to
I hear you, man.
Some Tim Ferriss's yesterday. Finally listened to the Rogan where he's got Matthew Walker on there where they talk about sleep.
Oh, right.
Really good episode. Yeah, and I still want. I'm going to read that guy's book because the stuff he talks about is fascinating. Like some of the numbers he gives just by like it. You know, if you get 6 hours of sleep versus 8 hours of sleep, or 6 hours even versus 7 hours, like your production, like you can age yourself essentially by only sleeping 6 hours a night. You know, like you will tire out faster the next day. You know, and Rogan actually pointed that out. He goes, yeah, he's like, you know, a couple days ago I did all this stuff and he's like, I was, you know, tired. And he's like, the next day I got a good night of sleep. And he's like, even now he's like, you know, he's like, I lifted weights. I did all this other stuff. He's like, I feel great. And the guy was like, yeah, basically that's what happens. The less sleep you get, the quicker your lactic acid builds up. And just, it's so crazy how, like, he keeps referring to, like, sleep as, like, the fountain of youth and all this other stuff. And
no, you know what's funny?
What's that?
I guess not funny.
Hilarious.
But, yes, dear. I don't know what that means. Oh, coffee. Fuck yeah. Sorry, kids. So I just recently switched back to using Downcast as my podcast app.
Yes.
Because on the last app I was using, which I really enjoyed that app, it would just not download shit.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
And it was always Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Because now you're sitting here talking about this episode, and I don't think I listened to it.
Oh,
so it never downloaded it for me. So I'm going to download it right now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's episode 1109 for anyone who wants.
It was one of those things that, like, last week, I'm like, God, I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in a while. Mm-hmm. And I pull up my stupid thing. I was like, oh, because there's like 12 episodes that just never downloaded, and probably more.
That's like 6 months.
Thanks, app. And then I got to cherry pick through to people.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly. I've lost a whole year of my life, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Carry on.
No, that was pretty much what I was going to say. It was just, I really enjoyed the episode because, you know, when I've heard this guy in a couple other episodes or other podcasts, but they're like half-hour long ones, so he can't really get into it, you know? Whereas with Rogan, like Rogan asked him a question and then he was able to full on explain the answer, not just give him a quick soundbite kind of answer, you know? And I really dug that. So that's why I was like, man, I got to read this guy's book because it really is fascinating.
I mean, that's one of the reasons that's kind of why I really enjoy listening to Rogan is because it's just,
well, he even talks about like
conversation, which I enjoy.
Right. He even talks about like people that use melatonin, and he was like, you know, he's like, honestly, he was like, even if it doesn't actually work, he's like, if people think that it works, he's like, I would just tell them to keep using it. He's like, because the placebo effect is the most like consistent thing in medicine.
It is a powerful thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't care if it's working or not. It feels like it works for me.
That's good enough. I mean, really.
Yeah. I gave about a week's or so dose to Michelle because she's talking about how her sleep is terrible. I'm like, well, here, try this.
Yeah.
And if it works, they have it at Costco.
Yeah.
And she even said it hurt, like she felt tired a lot quicker than she normally does and fell asleep faster. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
Her shitty life partner woke her up in the middle of the night. Several times.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You know, something else that I found amazing on this episode was he talks about how you can kind of hack your system to help yourself, you know, because obviously it's pretty well known. You have to cool down in order to go to sleep. You know, That's why, like he said, it's easier to fall asleep in a cool or a cold room than it is a hot room, generally. Not for everybody, but most of the time, you know, because your brain needs to cool down like 2 to 3 degrees, something like that. And anyway, he was talking about how, or they got to talking about like people who take like a hot bath, how they talk about, oh, it relaxes me and then I can go to sleep. And he's like, actually what it does is he's like, it raises your temperature. So when you get out, your temperature drops faster, which is exactly what your body needs to put you in the state of going to sleep.
That's pretty funny.
So you can kind of hack your body by taking a nice hot bath, getting out and then going right to bed basically. And, you know, and I was like, huh. I mean, I can't because I can't. Well, first of all, I don't have a bathtub, but second of all, I can't deal with hot water like that. So, you know, but it was still stuff like that is the stuff I'm fascinated by, you know. Right. And some of the other stuff, the numbers he talks about in the studies, and they've done extensive studies on stuff, so it's pretty interesting stuffs.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. The long and short of it is make sure you get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep.
I need to work harder to.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, when you start hearing him tell you what, like even at 6 hours of sleep, the detriment, your chance of cancer, Alzheimer's, all this, like go up drastically by 1 less hour of sleep.
If I pull out my sleep cycle right now, I guarantee I average probably about 6 to 7 hours a night.
Yeah.
It's like what sucks is I wake up consistently at the same time.
Uh-huh.
You know, I guess that just means, oh, you better go to bed sooner. But I mean, you know how it is. It's like I get home and like, fuck, I got shit I got to do, man.
Right. Yeah. There's only so many hours between you getting home and bedtime, and there's not a lot of hours there, you know, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here we go. My average time in bed is 6 hours and 19 minutes.
Yep. See? Not good enough. Yep.
Not good enough.
According to this guy, it's not. And, you know, he even talked about, like, with kids, how a lot of little kids don't get enough sleep. And they did he was talking about something to where, like, kids that had ADD or were diagnosed with ADD, not in all cases, but in some, that it actually, when they got the right amount of sleep, their bodies functioned differently and they no longer exhibited the signs of ADD.
Huh.
You know? And it's like, the more and more stuff like this he's talking about, it's like, you know how all the time people are like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that for, you know, our health, we got to get back to natural eating, and we got to, you know, which is all fine. You know, I'm not against that stuff. But it's like, yeah, look at the one thing that maybe everybody neglects because it's seen as a badge of honor that you sleep 3 hours a night.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Even though it's horrible for you, you know, because like he even said, you never catch up on sleep. Like you can't bank it. You can't get ahead of the curve. It's if you sleep 3 hours, that's all you get. You know, if you sleep 12 hours, you know, it doesn't give you extra credit.
Right. Yeah. So you're not a fucking battery.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Anyways, I've ranted about that.
Yeah.
Enough.
I mean, I always feel like, because I occasionally hear stuff like this, and I should get, you know, minimum 8 hours and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But God, it means I have to go to bed so early.
Right? Yeah, because like you said, you wake up.
Couch, like I'm not tired. What am I, an old man? I'm staying up, bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
And then at 8:30, you're like, oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Sometimes.
No, I meant normally, because I'm kidding.
I mean, that day where I moved, Ashley and Josh, we were supposed to go, we got invited to a thing up in Dundee. I don't know, I might have already talked about this, I don't even know. All right, never mind. Listen to the last episode, motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, it is kind of tough when, you know, we did just record, 3 days ago or whatever?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, this was on Joe Rogan's episode 1109. I'll have the link to it in the show notes. He was also on Hidden Brain.
Nice.
That was like a half-hour episode, but honestly, he talks about a lot of the same stuff on this one, so this is just the thorough one. Or I actually think he has it linked on his website to the YouTube video, which is Sleep Diplomat, I think he goes by. Something
That's
like
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to talk about Rogan real quick.
Okay.
Well, many moons ago, when I first started listening to Rogan, it was just basically him and his comedian friends.
Right.
And occasionally have a weird, like, oddball scientist.
Right, or some alien expert. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now he just on the last episode I listened to, which I'm a couple weeks behind, especially since I had to catch up on certain ones. He's talking about how Elon Musk asked him to be on the podcast. He asked Elon Musk. Elon Musk asked him.
Wow.
Yeah. That tells you how many people he reaches.
Yeah. A whole bunch. Yeah. That's why when, like,
which is crazy.
Like when Marin got President Obama, you know, it was like, yeah, there's very few podcasts that he would probably do, you know?
Yeah.
And you know it's not going to be some random small one. It's going to be, you know, some one of the giant ones.
Yeah, it'll be like Corolla, Marin, Rogan, The Enthusiast.
Right.
One of those four.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, one of the sorry, are you done talking about Rogan?
No, it's just like when I heard that, it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to an episode, like the last one I just finished was some scientist that, you know, that's what I like about it. Sometimes it's a comedian, all they do is smoke pot and tell dick jokes.
Right.
The next episode, it's some guy talking about, you know, Egyptology and, you know, how, it's a whole situation, how Egypt's older than it actually is, according to this guy. And it's fascinating to listen to.
Interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
I dig stuff like that, though, too. It's just, with me, it always comes down to the length of his podcast.
It's brutal sometimes.
But, like I was just saying about, like, the sleep one, that's a 2.5 hour podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And I liked it because the guy didn't seem rushed. They weren't trying to just cram a bunch of information in a short amount of time, you know? They just took their time and had a conversation. You know, I really dug that.
Right.
So.
Fucking just come. Sorry, I got some guy sitting in the church parking lot, just parked in a park, like shining his headlights into my window right here.
That's pretty awesome.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah. But I'm one of the, man, I'm so far behind on Tim Ferriss. And I cherry pick those too, but, I finally listened to the one that's, him and Bill Burr. Where it was live.
That's a good one.
It really is. There's a lot of, like, I enjoy Bill Burr anyway, obviously.
Yeah.
But I like whenever someone gets something new out of Bill Burr or gets something out of him that is not the normal conversation, you know, and that's what Tim Ferriss is good about, you know. So,
right.
I really, it was funny as hell too. Because for the most part, Tim Ferriss was just, you know, kind of dipped his toe in real quick and was like, here's a question, and then just got out of the way, you know? So It was pretty awesome. One of my favorite things one of my favorite things on that one was when Bill Burr was talking about how, you know, the stigma in Hollywood or whatever is that you never admit that you've made it, basically, you know?
Right.
And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I tell dick jokes and I was able to buy a house. I think I made, you know, like I made it, you know, and, you know, that made me laugh because it's so true. You know, as someone, like, how many dick joke telling comedians are out there that aren't homeowners?
Right. Yeah, I'm sure a lot.
And not homeowners. He owns a home in LA, you know, where, you know, well, and he's even said he's drastically overpaid for everything. So.
At least he's aware of it.
Yeah.
Which is why you got to appreciate Burr.
I do. I love he gets into a little bit about his, how he's willing to pay to avoid, hassle, essentially. Like, he's like, you know, he's like, my wife signed me up for frequent flyer miles, but I won't mess with it because I have to get online and I got to this and this. He's like, I'd rather just pay more money and just avoid all that.
You know, it's funny is I know people that are definitely not in his position financially that do the same thing.
Right, right.
They don't want to be bothered. They'd rather pay the extra than not be bothered by people.
I'll tell you what, if I had the money, I would be that way. Because there's a lot of, like, honestly, it's like, if you sit me down and talk to me about how I feel about like U-scans at grocery stores, they piss me off, you know? But when it comes time to go to the grocery store, if it's an order I feel comfortable going through one of those on, I always do. Because I just don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with some chirpy bagger or somebody trying to be funny, even though, you know, and again, I know I sound like a dick, but because they're just trying to help their day go by, you know. You and I have both been that same person, basically, you know. Like, oh, hey, you got definitely. And they're like, fuck you. And you're like, all right, well, sweet.
Hey, nice talking to you too, you son of a...
Right. But yeah, I am totally that way. Like when these places are like, hey, we have an app where you can order and blah, blah, blah. You talked about it with Starbucks to where it's like, oh yes, you don't have to deal with any of this. You just walk in, get your shit, and you're out the door, basically, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah. It's so terrible because I know I'm contributing to a terrible thing, you know, because it really is bad for, I think, for like economies and stuff like that. But anyway, it's, yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, unless they finally, you know, decide to pull the trigger on that universal income situation.
Yeah.
Which would be great because a lot of those jobs, they don't have to keep, you know, here's money. This is all going to be automated. Go pursue like some art or something.
Or open your No Dry Handies food truck finally.
Yeah, 5 Knuckle Shuffle.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to look, but I feel like 5 Knuckle Shuffle should be the name of some sort of a craft beer.
Probably.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here, I got it.
Okay.
We open a brewery. Every beer is named after some sort of jacking off situation.
Right.
Like, you know, punching the clown, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yes, I like this idea.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep, totally.
All
right, so I'm Googling to see if there's a 5 Knuckle Shuffle beer. Well, there's a venue called that according to Untapped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's probably somebody's house. It's his like jack closet.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
His jack closet. You're probably right though.
Like, oh, I love your textured plaster. Nah, that's just jizz.
Oh man. Oh yeah, you know what? This probably is. Cause all the pictures, the pictures all are from someone's house. They're not from a bar.
Hey guys, make sure you check in at 5 Knuckle Shuffle. Ribs his buddy.
Right. Meanwhile, I always check in at the church near your house.
Dude, there's High's Flying Pig.
I know, but it just makes me laugh to check in at the church.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so
if I drink a Sweet Baby Jesus, I'll definitely check in at the church.
Right. That's a good call. Yeah. So yeah, I've been jumping around amongst the podcasts that I have, you know, because you know how it is. Like you listen to a few, and then it's like, all right, you need a different voice in your head, you know.
Yeah. So, well, that's kind of like that's why I like doing it chronologically.
Yeah. Well, see, I can't because I have like 1,000 episodes to listen to, so it's.
Oh, that's fair.
It'll take too long.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't even know if that's an option at this point. I didn't even realize that Downcast had as many options as it did until seriously just a few months ago.
It goes pretty deep.
Yeah. So deep it put her ass to sleep?
Yeah, damn right. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, man. So you watch anything else in the last few days or listen to anything, whatever?
Well, I have been. I've watched two of this guy's videos on the YouTubes.
Okay.
And I haven't even watched the whole video because I'm more fascinated by it.
Okay.
It's the old reaction videos.
Oh, okay.
Why is it such a popular thing?
I don't know.
Because a few days ago, and I don't even know why it popped up in my suggestions feed. Mm-hmm. It was like, you know, Australian rugby player watches Barry Sanders highlight film.
Yeah.
Highlight video. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, well, I like Barry Sanders, so and I got about 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because it's just a guy like, oh, oi, I'm a rugby player. Whoa, whoop-a-doop-a-doo. And, like, oh, boy, he's turbo. Whoa. It's just like, I can't watch this.
Right.
So today, I pulled it up again, and it was in my suggestion. It was like, the same dude reacts to the NFL's, biggest hits video.
Wow.
And I'm like, I like watching people get concussions. Let me watch this.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. I only got a few minutes in, and it was just like, I can't. Why am I watching someone watch something?
Right.
What am I doing?
Exactly. Yep.
Like, I want to go super meta and, like, do a reaction to his reaction video or something.
And I know those exist because there were people reacting to, like, when The Undertaker finally lost at WrestleMania, and then people reacting to the reactions of the, like, going deeper with it. So, yeah.
I mean, how deep can this get?
Oh,
all right, Brian.
As far as you want to go. Yeah.
I'll react to his video, then you react to my video of him reacting to the video.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then we'll get someone like Dev to react to, and we'll just go further down the line.
Yeah.
It becomes a whole different video.
I'm not going to lie, if that doesn't already exist, that would be a really interesting social experiment. To see how, like you said, to where it's completely something different. Like to see how far down the road it's got to go before it really starts shifting into whatever else it might morph into,
Because I had that thing. I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this guy watch something?
Yeah. Well,
and I was just like, oh, geez, oh, boy, I wouldn't want to tackle that guy. He's huge. It's like, okay, I get it. You're foreign.
I mean, it's not as good. Like, every once in a while there's a reaction video that I dig. Like the guy who was watching watching hockey for the first time. Was that last year, the year before?
Oh, that was good.
That was good. But then it got overblown because they were like, oh, now here's him reacting to this and this. And it's like, no, what made it cool was this guy being like super stoked about something he'd never seen before,
Right.
Now it's just contrived.
And I talked about it on a show months ago, but there's a couple guys that they're watching metal videos. Mm-hmm. A couple black guys from Vegas, and at first those videos are great to watch, and it's kind of the same thing now. They've gained a lot of popularity, and it just doesn't feel the same, and I don't enjoy them as much as I used to.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The old overplayed over whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one note, it's the same thing essentially over and over, even though, the context can switch a little bit during it. It's still kind of the same gimmick.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Although, sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes you feel like it not. Sometimes you don't.
That's what I've heard.
But I mean, besides watching that and Ladybugs, no, I haven't really been watching much.
Well, I mean,
I've been, a little Brooklyn Nine-Nine action because that's a fun show.
I still haven't started it yet.
Oh, it's very good.
I should.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time to get through. Yeah.
I got here's one for you. Mm-hmm. I got one for you that I participated in for like 2 days and have given up on this morning.
Okay.
So if you remember, a long time ago, before I even switched doctors, I had the crazy lady who was like, "Guy, you shouldn't eat like that." I'm like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Hey, I have this whole death toe situation.
Yeah,
I got the nail of death.
Yep,
I need to figure this out." And she's like, Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, and I did that, and I ran the whole tin out. Wow. And I bought the largest size available.
Right.
And it did make my, toe of death look better. Mm-hmm. But it still didn't cure it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I went probably about a week or more with no vapor rub action.
Yeah.
And boy, things went south quickly.
Really?
Yeah, I know it was weird, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
I know. And not like my toe rotted off or anything, but it wasn't looking too hot.
Right.
And I'm like, I need to do something about this whole situation. And clearly, what was prescribed to me by my former doctor was not working.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you know what this guy did, Brian?
Set your toe on fire?
Thought about it.
No?
Might have been a better option. I painted my toenails.
Okay, so what
Little
color?
flesh tone situation.
Oh, boo. I was hoping you
I
went
know.
something sparkly or something.
I thought about it. I thought about just going in deep, and I'm like, I don't need to deal with this with my family. So I went 2 days, and then Jeannie's like, what the fuck's on your nails? And I'm like, dude, I painted them. How's they look? And she's like, well, I noticed it because I know what your nails look like, but I guess it's not terrible.
Right.
But she's like, why? And I'm like, well, I'm out of Vicks Vapor Rub stuff.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, well, we'll get you more. And we go into Myers, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy some sort of weird treatment that wasn't prescribed by my doctor.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on the bed like a lady. I'm going to remove my polish. And I'm going to apply to stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it's one day, it looks so much better.
Of course. Watch by the end of the week, it's like all cleared up in like 4 days.
That's what I'm thinking. And I was like, son of a bitch, if this clears it up in a few days, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Son of a bitch. All I needed was some...
Oh, just use Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
Meanwhile, some asshole on the street's like, you should get some fungi nail. That'll clear it right up.
Like, I don't even know what the stuff I bought. I'm looking at the boxes, and it was like maximum strength without a prescription. I'm like, that's what I need in my life. I want to effectively drop napalm on this bitch.
Yeah. I honestly, I think that toe would make it through napalm.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like the smoke clears, and it's standing there with a sword in each hand.
Yep.
Like, fuck.
Yep.
It's still alive.
And now it's pissed. Wow.
But yeah, so and let me tell you, I am no good at painting toenails.
No?
I was looking at the surrounding skin, and I'm like, who did this? Michael J. Fox? This is terrible.
Wow. Man. Well, I mean, you haven't stayed up on, painting. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Not good.
Do they make paint markers for, like, nail polish? Because if not, why don't they?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That'd make it so much easier for you.
Yeah, I know, right? For sure.
Right? Next time I just picture it, you go to do it again, Jeannie walks in, you've got like part of your toe like masked off.
Yeah, get some frog tape up on that bitch.
Yeah, you got like a can of Krylon out.
That candy apple red. The sun.
Yeah. Or chrome.
Like get some of that tester's out.
Yep. Oh man, snort some of that glue,
Yeah. Oh,
probably,
yeah.
Probably not. I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Do 2 lines of the tube glue. End up gluing my toes together.
Probably. Looking like you're a Ninja Turtle.
Like a 14 Tomcat.
That would be great.
I know. He bought a model and all the paints, and now he looks like his feet look like Tomcats. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's filming Top Gun 2, so I'm just celebrating.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're standing there holding a box and you're like, what are all these extra parts for?
Yeah, I just need the decals, man.
Yeah.
Decals in the cockpit. I tape it to the top of the foot.
Yep. Oh, man. Did you ever do a model like that and fuck up the decal?
Oh, every time. Oh, man. I could put the model together like a champion, but it came time to do decals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a word I want to say right now. I'm not going to say it, but yeah, that's what happened.
I was terrible at it until like my dad taught me to use like an X-Acto knife, and kind of put the decal on that real gentle like, and then place it, and I got a lot better doing that. But God, for the longest time, and what sucked are like the ones that had like one that went on either side, and you get one nice and crisp, and the other side looks like it's just crumpled and terrible.
Yeah, it looks. I usually just gave up on the damn decals.
Yeah. That makes sense. These things were a pain in the ass.
Yeah. They were a pain in the ass. I used to love putting together models, though.
Me too.
I was like, look, I could build a car engine. Nah, not really.
That's the only
I
time.
just put the water pump on, guys.
I was going to say, it's the only time I've ever worked on a car. That's not entirely true. I did do various small things when my dad had his body shop, but, you know.
Now, did you ever paint the parts separately and then glue them all together?
Yes.
Yeah. The first time I did a model, and I looked at the picture, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to make the engine like orange like this with the chrome. Mm-hmm. And I put the engine together, and I tried to paint it, and I'm like, this is silly.
Nope. Yeah.
This engine's going to look like plastic, motherfucker.
Sure enough. Yep. Yeah. It did help, though, that, like I said, I had an advantage with my dad, because he would be like, hey, is this all supposed to be chrome or something like that? And he'd be like, leave them on the plastic thing and just spray the whole gimmick. Then they'll all be chromed. And then all you have to do is put them together, for the motor or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah. Or whatever, something like that. So, yeah.
The good old days. Mm-hmm. I should buy a model. No, I shouldn't. I don't need anything else to do in my life. Never mind. I'll just continue painting my name.
Yeah. Exactly. Just get. Oh shit. Yep.
So yeah. I guess we'll see what happens the next time we record with a DevTow update.
Yeah. Be weird. Yeah. I go over to your house and I'm like, dude, is there a jewel on your toenail?
I mean, when I was talking to Jeannie about it, I was like, I almost went all in and bought some goofy color. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I should get some flesh tone and try to blend in with society.
Right. Which is weird because everybody will, it'd be like a guy who was bald today going in tomorrow with full head of hair. People will be like, your toe's not green anymore. What's going on?
Yeah, it's basically, I think, caught her eye.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, I just developed the, healing factor. No big deal.
Sweet. That'd be awesome.
NBD, baby, NBD.
Yep. Exactly. Oh my.
Yeah. Hey, you know what today is? Besides July 5th?
No.
National Bikini Day, ladies.
Oh yeah.
Well, this will be released way after National Bikini Day.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, if fellas want to wear a bikini, that's perfectly okay too.
It's true. You're more, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not labeling anybody. Okay. If you want to wear a bikini, get after it.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about a mankini?
Sure.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Remember from Talk Soup?
Oh, yeah.
Mankini.
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
The old mankini.
Ugh. If not, I'm sure there's an actual mankini out there because.
Well, we're Googling it.
Yeah, because why wouldn't there be? That's my answer.
Oh, well, the Borat swimsuit is technically a mankini.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is that, too. Yeah, right.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have one of those in their closet?
Who doesn't?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, there's a whole article on Ranker about mankinis.
All right, then.
The horrifying mankini photos that will ruin your vacation. It's just when someone's like, I need to write an article for this website. I better come up with something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could for sure write for Ranker if this is all they're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this article has almost 80,000 views.
Of course it does.
Are you kidding me? When did it come out? Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's new, but maybe.
I don't know. There's no date on here. That's really annoying me, though, how many views it has.
Yep.
It shouldn't.
No.
I should just be like, it's the internet. What else do you expect? But it's annoying me.
Well, it's tough too because a lot of those, it could have that many views from various clickbait lead-ins,
Right.
Like, this mankini's so bad, you won't believe it. And then people be like, oh my God, I have to click on this. And then they do, So, I don't know.
Have you ever clicked on clickbait like that?
Not really. I mean, every once in a while I'll see something and I'll be kind of interested, but it's rare. Like really rare.
It's like, I don't think I've ever fallen for it. There's never been anything in the sidebar. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I have to see what these people are up to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that I've done it a few times, but it's generally, it's gotta be something I'm really interested in though, Because usually any of these lists are usually really stupid. So,
Yes, like that one I just closed the window to.
Yeah.
Said we for sure could write for Ranker.
Mm-hmm.
No, we could do Ranker and meh. It's okay at the same time.
I like
10 horrifying restaurants in this city.
Yes. That was one of my favorite segments that they used to do on At Midnight. Was the basically like writing Gawker headlines, for the same thing or whatever. Oh, wait, was it Gawker or is it? No, it's Buzzfeed, isn't it? The one
Buzzfeed.
that does, Buzzfeed.
Yeah.
20 ways you haven't thought of to shave a squirrel.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull up BuzzFeed right now. We'll see what's number one thing on BuzzFeed.
Okay, I'm sure it's terrible. Watch it once; it'll be something good.
Well, I guess it's not bad because it's BuzzFeed News, because our nation deserves it, our Constitution demands it. But the most trending thing that isn't news is 15 manicures that'll make you want to burn your eyeballs. So there you go.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was pedicures and yours was like number one?
Yeah, really. Like, how the fuck did they get that?
You see photo credits and it's Genie.
That would be amazing.
Son of a bitch.
This is the thing with BuzzFeed, though, is you're like, I'm going to start scrolling and see what else I got.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly that's what, that's how the site, keeps people there. Much like YouTube, when you watch a video and then you see off to the right something that you're just like, yes, I do want to see a gymnast fit 14 boa constrictors in her ass, or whatever it is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like, what website went on? Bookmarked.
Exactly.
Brian.
Yes.
Since we're on BuzzFeed, do you want to take a quick quiz?
Of course.
What Your Pizza Order Says About You by Kelly Dunlap.
I feel like we did this.
Did we?
Maybe.
Oh, this came out in 2016. We probably did. Why is it trending? Why is it trending, BuzzFeed?
Because people like pizza. Duh.
I think you're right. I think we did do this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. Never mind. We're not doing a quiz.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fail another one.
Wait, unless you want to figure out the chocolate bar that matches your personality. Wouldn't it be great if you, clicked on one of these links and you somehow got, digital AIDS?
Now, in digital AIDS, does that mean you get it or, your computer, phone, tablet, whatever gets it?
No, you get it.
Okay.
There should be a mouse that you don't even know it, but the scroll wheel has a little vial of AIDS blood in it. And you click on a BuzzFeed link, and it just stabs you in the finger.
Wow.
You're like, oh, my God, what was that? And then, I guess people don't really die so much of AIDS anymore. Need something more aggressive.
More aggressive than AIDS, huh?
Yeah.
AIDS. Fair enough. I mean, I guess there are more. I mean, cancer, I guess, is more aggressive probably than, a lot of people live a long time with. Yeah, so
How about just some sort of neurotoxin?
Yes, that would be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or not effective at all, one or the other.
It's a placebo toxin.
Yep.
That would be a great name for a band.
Placebo toxin?
Yeah.
It'd be tough, though, because there was already a band called Placebo, wasn't there? I'm sure there was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although...
It's a metal band that covers placebo songs.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sounds terrible.
It's probably terrible. Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, so that's that's basically the extent of my notes.
Yeah, I got nothing else either. Well, I mean, I do, but we don't need to go into the stuff I have here, I guess. I do have one. Actually, you know what? All right, I'm gonna make one of these a shut up and take my money because I can.
All right. Fine.
Okay.
Shut up and take my money.
Whoops. Okay. Actually, hold on. Hold off on that. Okay.
Hold off. Never mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like we used to do once in a while when we were running short on time. I'm gonna do the old news whip. All right.
Okay.
Because I found a couple stories that I just want to bring up. Okay. First one.
Bring it on.
Dateline. Police say shoe camera explodes, thwarting upskirt video plan. The battery in this guy's
camera.
Yeah, the guy had a shoe camera. The battery for it apparently caught fire, hurting his foot, and then he turned himself into police. They didn't charge him because he actually hadn't done anything wrong yet.
Why would he?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The police don't
First
understand
off, you're
either.
the cops.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy like, yeah, my shoe camera fucking burst in flames. I'm turning myself in.
Yeah.
Well, you're not technically doing anything illegal. Nah, you just beat his ass.
Yeah.
Because he's probably done something bad before.
Right. And then just rolling down the steps out the front of the building.
Yeah, for sure. With, maybe tape his flaming shoe to his face.
Yes.
Yeah, if you own a shoe camera, you deserve a beating.
I agree, because you're not. There is no reason I can think of that you're not a creep.
Yeah, it's like, oh, but I'm gonna film like a version of Hardcore Henry, but it's from his shoe.
Yeah, and it's all upskirts. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the next one is pregnant woman beats manager at Subway with sandwich. Woman got pissed and then just started swinging the sandwich around, hitting the manager in the face. And then after she dropped the sandwich, she punched the woman twice before throwing cups at her.
What is up in restaurants?
I know, right?
You had Pooh Lady at Tim Hortons. Now you have Crazy Sandwich Lady.
Yeah.
Now, although here's the thing: if you're the manager of the Subway and you're fed up of getting hit by his chicken parm, whatever she ordered.
Yeah.
What if you just jack her? Ka-dow! Do you take a victory as a handicap match because you've technically knocked out two people?
I kind of like it, yeah.
Like, there's this one time this bitch hit me with a sandwich, I knocked out both of them. Be like, what?
Right, exactly. You knock her ass out and then eat her sandwich while you're standing over her in victory.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Or cram it in her face a la $1 Million Man.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Nothing says victory like just shoving an Italian BMT into somebody's windpipe.
Yep. You said BMT, right? Not just BM.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Oh, geez. Mamma mia.
Oh, shit. Okay, next one. Pornhub adds closed captioning for viewers with hearing loss. Finally.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, let's be real here. Do you know why they added this? So people could hit mute and still watch their porn.
Now, okay. I kind of want to check out some of these closed captions.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the name of the anime Jeannie was watching, but it was basically a cooking show. It felt like Iron Chef, but an anime.
Okay.
And when people would eat the food, it would be like the caption would be like, chewing orgasmically. Like all these like crazy captions that I've never seen before. And I always wanted to like take a picture of them, but yeah,
I
wasn't on the ball.
Right. Yeah.
So if it had amazing captions like that, like slurping dick enthusiastically noises.
Right.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. So it's a good plan here, but yeah, I don't buy that it's actually for people.
Yeah, because I mean, I understand that, like, physically and physiologically, I can't even talk.
Okay.
Like, when a dude hears a woman moan, that's a turn on for a lot of guys.
True.
I don't think when you're reading it, it works the same.
Oh, fuck you. It sure does, man.
There's a reason. Like, moaning noise.
There's a reason I read the smut novels I read. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Whoops, sorry. Right on the damn mic. Oh, fun. You silly Pornhubs. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I kind of want to see what it says, because there is a lot of closed captioning that gets things really wrong, or like you said, to where it's just the description is funny.
Food Wars.
Yep.
That's the name of the anime, Food Wars.
Oh, okay.
So if you're watching Food Wars, turn the captions on. They're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have closed captioning on like every time I watch Netflix or Hulu. So I just do it because there's a lot of the shows where people are all mumbly Joe, and I don't want to have to turn my TV up to like 70 to hear them, you know? Because I'm an old man. I'm deaf. Mm-hmm. All right, so the next one. West Virginia man charged with attempted murder says he was trying to baptize his wife and 2 kids in bathtub.
Wow.
Yeah.
How holy.
Yeah, right?
Was he also using like a baptism stick to try to knock the Jesus into their face?
No, he was just holding them under the water, apparently, and then he said that Jesus told him to baptize him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something. That's either A, crazy religious guy, B, he just looking to be bachelored again.
Yeah, probably.
Wants to get out there and go out in them West Virginia woods and get that strange.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's some real strange out in them woods.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, you know.
I ain't never been with a second cousin.
Is that a 3-way?
Maybe.
You and a second cousin, right?
The math works out.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, I saw that one, and it's not as much funny as it is just like, wow. Because like you said, there's clearly some issue there that needs to be sorted out, other than he's trying to kill her.
I mean, you know,
them.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but if it was just his wife, I'm like, okay, I guess they are having marital problems. But kids too?
Yeah, well, Jeebus told him to.
I guess.
Jeebus was like, do this, and then we'll go get some shoe cameras, and then we'll hit the club. You know?
Yeah. Shoe cameras, club, have some shots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
With some of that sweet upskirt video.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll caption it and put it on Pornhub.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so that's the news whip I got.
It's a nice news whip.
Yeah. All right, so now I have a shut up and take my money, even though it's not. It's a tongue-in-cheek shut up and take my money.
Either way.
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
When I first saw this product, I was like, there's no way, this is bullshit. And then I realized that the article was actually from Vice, and Vice isn't really known for putting joke articles up, so...
Not usually, no.
This one... Oh shit, this is from a year ago, I didn't even see that. Boo. Anyway. Whatever. It was a product called the Crotch Pot. It says, allows you to cook food using the heat from your own junk.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't understand how this thing could have worked, because it's just some bag that you put like a Ziploc bag with your food in there, and then you just wear it while you're like out hiking for a few hours.
Oh my God, that sounds fucking terrible.
Well, it's in a bag. It's not again.
And still, anyone want some of my stew? I heat it up with my dick. That sounds awful,
right? I agree.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got a nice baggie of lobster bisque resting on my balls. Anyone interested?
Who isn't?
Good Lord. No, this can't be a thing. There's some hipster douche eating on one of these right now.
Probably. Yeah, and I just pulled, looked it up just to make sure that this isn't just a joke, but apparently it is not. So, here we go. Crotchpot cooking on YouTube's. Let's have a look.
Oh, my good googly moogly.
What the hell is that?
All right, now I'm Googling crotch. I gotta see what this fucking thing looks like.
I'm gonna mute that so it doesn't play through. Oh, this isn't crotchpot cooking at all. This is from Good Morning Vietnam. I feel cheated now.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Gossamer Gear is a website that sells the crotchpot, Brian.
I am on their website currently, yeah.
Yeah, you tuck it into your ball sack. What in the fuck? Hikers are dumb.
Well,
what's to be the greatest thing ever is if they find like a half-eaten body and there's a crotchpot full of like, I don't know, zesty chicken thighs that the puma didn't eat because it smelled like balls.
Yes. Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah, I'm with you. This is pretty fucked up.
I'm gonna go hike in the woods. I better cook with my dick heat.
Yeah, well, wow. Yeah, this company makes all sorts of like outdoorsy stuff, backpacks, sleeping pads, trekking poles, accessories.
I mean, I'm looking at the stuff they have. Some of it's kind of cool. I can't get behind the crotch pot.
I'm really surprised that there's only 3 reviews for it. You would have thought there'd be thousands, millions maybe.
Right?
Also, this thing's $19 for a fucking just some bag.
I'm having a hard time with the crotch pot, man.
Yeah. I'm sure you wouldn't be the first person who did.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, this quinoa is so good, I fucked it.
Typical Thursday at Tony's. Oh, man. All right, so, yeah, there's my, like I said, tongue-in-cheek crotch pot is the tongue-in-cheek shut up and take my money.
Hold on, Brian.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, because Google's like, this can't exist. I put in crotch pot recipes, and it autocorrected to crock.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Thank you, Google, for trying to save me.
That was the thing. Originally, it said that they were planning on putting a recipe page up, which I really wish existed.
Dude, they do exist on Pinterest. This lawless wasteland.
Sorry, I don't understand Pinterest.
You're probably better off.
Yeah.
Nope, I put in crotch pot and it's nothing but crock pot. Even Pinterest is like, fuck you and your dick cooking.
Oh, man.
That is does anyone fall for that? I would like Croft dinner. I got it tucked under my bowl bag.
Can you imagine you go camping with some people? You're out having a good time, having some Coors Banquets around the fire, as one does. And then Big Dev's like, I got dinner right here.
Yeah, exactly. Unzips, like, oh, geez, I didn't think this was going to be kind of a hike. He pulls out a steamy bag of barbacoa.
Coq au vin, what?
Exactly.
Like, let's tuck into that.
Oh man, this is camping cooking at its worst.
Right?
If they don't put this on Cutthroat Kitchen and make some asshole run around the kitchen with a fucking groin full of chicken meat,
that would be hilarious. They give them like a treadmill or something, so they can work up a lather.
Yeah, it's just Alta Brown. We're gonna take away all your cooking services, and you get the crotch pot.
The judges are just like, nah, we're good.
Yeah, like we're okay.
Yep.
It goes to the cut scene where it's like just the chef sitting in the background, like, well, I didn't really mind if I got this. What do they call it in Cutthroat Kitchen? Handicap? What the fuck they call it?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't care if I got stuck with this because my herpes is flaring up extra hot today.
Extra hot. Fuck. Yeah. Gross.
They don't call her old broiler pussy Brenda for nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, how'd you get such a good crust on this chicken thigh?
Oh, that's not from the chicken thigh. Fuck. Oh, man. So, Brenda, tell me your hidden talent. Oh, I can fry an egg on my vagina.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Only if I'm stressed out, though.
I'm going to have to see this. Just go to my YouTube channel.
Wow.
Yep.
Crotch pot. I didn't know this was a thing. Now I do, and I don't know if I'm better off.
This is the kind of thing that I wish we wouldn't have to pay $19 to get our hands on. I wish that the company would just send us one for review.
Wait. By one, you mean two?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're
then
not
for
sharing.
sure it's crotch pot cook-off.
Who's junk reigns supreme? Wait a minute. Fucking A. Oh, man. That would be fun for like an office party, though. No?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a potluck. Everyone bring a dish. Where's yours? In my pants.
You say that every time. It is.
No, seriously.
Yeah. I got stroganoff.
I got a steaming bag of chicken marsala down here.
God. I just can't, unless this bag were to somehow take your body heat and intensify it, there's no way. There's no way it would cook food to a safe level, right?
I wouldn't think chicken and stuff, but maybe rice and soups and
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, if it's cooking it hot enough that you can eat, I really don't want a big old bag of hot soup on my dick.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
things happen.
Right. That's a really good point, actually. I that is the second question I had never considered.
We were 4 hours into the woods and his bag burst. He had third-degree burns on his groin.
Oh, man.
There's cream of mushroom just creeping down his legs.
I went clam chowder, you went cream of mushroom, so.
They're both terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. Oh, man. All right, well, we should probably move into the QoftheW, I guess.
Fascinating. Well, last week we asked, what's your best fireworks story? I know we only recorded a few days ago, so
not a lot of chance
answers are slightly limited.
Yeah.
I got on Face page, I got Mr. Reliable, our pal Philip.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good one.
Yeah.
Says, my wife and I were at a friend's for a fireworks show. We had the kids with us. There was a mortar shell that was put into the tube, and the tube fell over towards us, and it was already lit.
Oh, boy.
So I looked around, and my wife had already taken off, leaving the two kids next to me.
Smart.
So I grabbed them underneath my arms to dart away. To this day, I don't let her live it down that she left them here. They're there.
Smart move, Jess.
I think that's fantastic.
I think maybe this was set up.
Maybe.
Much like the baptism thing. She was just trying to get rid of what was tying her down,
That was definitely a feats don't fail me now moment.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for him.
Right?
She had nothing to encumber her.
Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, he's got two dead weights he's carrying,
I know, right? Not unless she was cooking up a bag of lentils or something.
In her crotch pot?
Exactly.
I don't feel comfortable talking about his wife's crotch pot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Although part of me wants to ask somebody if they have crotch lentils. It sounds like some disgusting disease.
Yeah, no, something like some sort of STI.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Like, boy, I had that one night stand and came up a real bad case of crotch lentils.
Yikes.
Oh, my.
Man.
But that's all I got on my end of the face page, Brian.
Oh, really now? All right. Over on Twitter, at MC Variety Hour, said when they were 12, they didn't understand bottle rockets, so they held on to them being 5, and they all exploded in my hand and all over my sister's brand new Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Don't worry, I only suffered minor burns on my fingertips, and my sister kicked my ass.
It sounds like a win.
Yeah. All right, let me make sure we didn't get any more here. Nope, that's it. All right, so I got a few from Fluffy Bunny Ash here.
Beauty.
So settle in, childrens. Go ahead and put a pot of something on your groin.
Nice.
Jeez, sorry about all the coughing. She says, where is it? She said, first one's from when she was a kid, like maybe 5 or so. It was a neighborhood fireworks display for either Victoria Day or Canada Day. She doesn't remember which. They had set up a bunch of the pinwheel ones. The ones like, you know what those are, right? The pinwheel ones.
Yeah, I assume they nail them into like moose antlers.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were nailed to telephone poles. So one of them, she says, one of them comes off the pole and comes whirling towards the crowd on the lawn.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she says, my dad tackles me to the ground as it was pretty much heading right toward us. Instead, it ricocheted off the sand buckets or the curb of the sidewalk and goes whizzing down the block before getting wedged under a car tire half at the end of the street. Says, I don't remember if it blew up after the sparks or if it just melted the rubber, but it blew out the car tire. I still can't watch fireworks with my dad without one of us reminding the other about the time he tackled me. See, that's what you're supposed to do when fireworks are aimed at your children's,
Not just take off and knock over chairs and boxes behind you as you're running.
Right. Like, I just gotta be faster than him.
It's like an alley chase scene.
Yeah. She says the second one comes from those amateur pyro enthusiasts I know. They were in their early teens and got their hands on some Roman candles. They decided to go to the school parking lot and shoot them off at things. So they headed over there with their armament of fireworks and various junk to use as targets. In their amazing teenage, quote, wisdom, they brought gasoline with them so they could really set ablaze some action figures or whatever they wanted to burn. Things went surprisingly fine until they decided to shoot at the plastic bottle with the last of the gasoline. The fucking thing obviously exploded, sending flaming gasoline straight towards the school and even more worryingly, right onto the dry midsummer grass of the schoolyard. They are now convinced they've set the school on fire and book it the fuck out of there into the public park. Someone called 911 because the fire department showed up and the cops were looking through the park for them. There was no damage to the school aside from a couple spots of singed pavement and grass. Boy, they lucked out on that one.
Yeah, really.
That could have been no bueno.
Right.
The next couple comes from when they were at their cottage. It said, when we light off fireworks there, we take them out into the middle of the lake on a makeshift barge. And thanks to a friend with their pyro license, he'll sometimes bring some of the big mortar ones that explode in the air from professional displays. There have been a few good mishaps, though. Two guys are out setting up some fireworks on the barge. They weren't paying enough attention, and one of the mortars goes off with my friend still on the barge. My friend jumped off into the lake right before it went off, but you couldn't really tell from the shore. So a couple drunk friends started absolutely freaking out and screaming that he got blown up and are going to into full-on panic mode until the two guys out in the lake yell back that they're okay.
That's awesome.
Right?
He's fucking dead, man. Oh, wait, where is it?
over, man. Game over.
Yep. Like he gave himself a Viking funeral.
Right.
She said there was another time when our pyro friend wasn't there, so we were stuck with just store-bought fireworks. About halfway through the display, the wind changes and blows a bunch of sparks right into the little dinghy boat with the remaining fireworks. Our friend in the boat jumps out and we're all waiting for fireworks to start shooting out of the boat. Our friend swims to shore and still no fireworks shooting out of the boat. We wait a little longer until it's pretty obvious there was going to be no epic fireworks boat explosion. Disappointed, we decided to remedy it. Our friend swims back out to the boat and loads all the remaining fireworks into a pile on the makeshift barge and tosses a simmering piece of wood onto it. It lights up and fireworks shoot off in every which way in the quick but epic show we all wanted. What we didn't account for was all the paper and cardboard casings of the fireworks, which continued to burn, setting the wooden planks of our barge on fire and melting the plastic barrels that were providing extra buoyancy. Once the barrels melted through, they filled with water and dragged the whole thing down. We had to go out the next day, dive down and attach a rope and drag the thing up from the bottom of the lake. That was a chore and a half.
Viking funeral.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow, she's got some fireworks stories.
Yeah.
They fucking party up north.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
Oh, speaking of, fireworks are being shot off right now.
Oh, nice.
10:44 on Thursday, the 5th.
Yeah. Bikini Day.
Bikini Day.
Yeah.
Woo, bikinis in America. That is all I have, sir.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Oh, right on. Okay. So, you know what intrusive thoughts are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that evil voice in your head. It's like, do shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your passenger.
What is your intrusive thought?
Oh, my. Are we going for funny or serious here? Because, I mean, you know.
Whatever.
I was going to say, as a person with depression.
Whatever, Trevor.
The one for me.
Because I can tell you what mine always is.
Okay, what's yours? I know what mine is, too. But
every time I walk by an old person,
yeah,
the first thing that pops in my head is just go like, rah, at them. I don't know why. Or just yell at them. Nothing like, how dare you be an old person? Just like, ah,
Wow.
I don't know why I want to do that to old people, but I just want to freak them out.
I'm not sure if, okay, when you started this, I thought you were going to say every time you walk by an old person, you want to shove them. But,
no, I've had that before when they're on the stairs in front of me. I'm like, I could just put a boot right in his old bag's back.
Yeah.
And she would go a tumbling.
Yeah. I've had a lot of those.
More than anything, I want to scare the shit out of them. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. There's a lot of those kind of thoughts that go through my head. I mean, I'll never act on them, but it was
no. It probably weirds these people out because I'll come around the corner and there'll be an old person, and I immediately want to go like rah, and then I think of it in my head and I just start chuckling and giggling to myself as I walk by.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're all like, "What the fuck is up with that guy?"
Yeah. That was one of my favorite things when you and I used to go like people watching and stuff, was how many times we would, be like, okay, wrong thought of the day. And then we'd say like, something along those lines or what have you. And then we giggle like idiots because we both know we're not doing something like that unless we're playing like Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think what, I mean, the one that's, I'm kind of hemming and hawing here because I don't really, the one I was originally thinking of, I don't really like, so.
That's fair.
I was going to change it to something else.
Is it head kicking children?
Oh, man. Honestly, it wouldn't be head kicking children as much as it would be, you know what one I'm going to go with is because I've been having this one more and more lately, is I've seen so many damn people that I just want to walk up to and yell, parent your fucking kid. Because they're just completely ignoring them. And by that, I don't mean discipline necessarily. Like, did I tell the story about, like, there was a woman, like, her kid was half out of the cart? and another woman in line ran up and stopped him from just basically head diving out of a cart. You know?
Yeah, that's called thinning the herd.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the kind of thing.
But yeah.
Yeah, like the woman wasn't paying any attention to her kid, and it's like, come on.
Oh, I got sales going on Facebook.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
little Trevor's about ready to do a header.
Yeah, seriously. Meanwhile, in the news tonight, I see a thing. There was a woman who went into a convenience store, left her 2 kids in the car. She came out. Some dude was trying to hijack her car. She got in the car, was like beating on him, somehow got in the glove box, got her gun out, and shot the son of a bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, she shouldn't have
picked
left
the wrong car to try to jack.
Seriously. I mean, yeah, probably shouldn't have left the children's in the car, though, but, you know.
It depends how old they are.
At least she went and defended them. At least she didn't just run the opposite direction.
Because, like, my kids, you know, obviously they're older, and I'll be like, you guys want to stay here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. But I have a distinct memory of when I was a kid, and I don't remember how old I was.
Yeah.
But were we friends when my mom used to drive that white Toyota station wagon?
Oh, dude, that was probably like when we were very first friends.
Yeah, so that's how young I was. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, because I barely remembered that, actually. The first vehicle I remember is the Toyota van.
Fair enough.
The moon van or whatever we used to call it. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking moon unit or whatever.
Yeah, moon unit
Zappa.
Yep.
I remember when I was young, and you know, mom was going to go grocery shopping, I assume.
Yeah.
And I obviously must have fallen asleep in the car because I woke up in the parking lot like, the fuck? And I just went in the store. You know?
Yeah.
And I obviously had no idea where my mom was, and I went to the cashier, and then they sent me to like the manager booth, and they just did a whole like general page across the store.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I'm looking for my mom, or whatever dumb kid shit I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, now your mom probably would get thrown in jail for it or something. For
yeah,
neglect.
Exactly. Probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
I know the feeling, though. My dad used to, like, I'd go over to the body shop with him, and he would paint cars and just have me go sit out in the car for a while, like for an hour or so.
Yeah.
And it was not in a good neighborhood. It was over on Detroit. Like, you remember where his shop was across from Enke's?
Yeah, I remember.
It's not a great area for a child to be sitting by themselves.
No, not usually.
No. So, but yeah, that's one that really, like, I just want to smack people sometimes because they just don't pay attention. You know?
Right.
And it's like, come on. Like, your first... you know, like the people like you hear on the news and stuff where they're like, oh, so-and-so left their kid in the car and she, you know, like, oh, I totally forgot him. It's like, how do you forget your kid? That should be thought one.
I never understand that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a parent, but it's still like, that should be thought one. I think of kids. If there's a kid in the car with me, I think of someone else's kid, you know?
Yeah.
It's not even mine, you know?
I hear you.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's why it's, Waze, you know, the navigation app has an option in it because it asked me if I want to turn it on to give me a reminder to make sure my kids were not in the car when you park.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you need, because I'm the same way. I'm like, why I saw that. I'm like, what, who needs this?
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I totally forgot I brought my kids with me.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. You get inside the mall and your phone's going off and you're like, oh, I left Bryson out in the car.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I can't believe I forgot. Well, let me update my Instagram real quick.
Right.
Hey, girl, outside of H&M.
Guess who forgot their kid again?
Yep.
Getting
Guess
my
who
Starbucks.
forgot my little waist? What?
Yeah.
Click.
Meanwhile, walking around with, you know, didn't forget to get the Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Got my frap, forgot my kid. Hashtag Plan B.
That's funny on 2 levels. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, I have the hardest time, like, because you know me, like, you know, one of my major like pet peeves in stores is just people don't fucking pay attention. You know?
Yes.
They run into you with carts. They don't look at the fact that they're blocking half the aisle, you know, all this kind of shit. So, and it just kind of falls into that too. It's just, I don't know, man. My mom used to watch us, you know, and I mean, it was just me and my brother David, but it was still like, she knew where we were at. She knew what we were doing. We didn't get away from her, like we were to be right here. And if we weren't, we were in trouble. And that was it.
Right.
So, I don't know. Just
I hear you.
Old man rant, I guess, but that's would be
fair.
mine. Because it really is. I've been noticing it more and more lately, too. I just, and I'm not saying that it's happening more and more. It's just, I think I'm noticing it, that it's kind of always been in my head.
It's probably a little column A, column B.
Yeah.
Because people are not attentive to their kids anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see stuff online where it's like, the kid, like, it would be like a picture of somebody's 4th grade crayon drawing. It's like, I wish mom wasn't on her phone all the time. It's like, that's kind of brutal.
Yeah. And I laugh, but that exists somewhere.
Oh yeah.
There's kids that do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see people that completely ignore their kids.
No, I was meaning like a kid doing a drawing of it.
Like, I mean, I've seen those online.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them.
Fuck.
Yeah. I know, right? It's just like, fuck.
Wow. That's terrible. Yeah. All right.
That's why the phones are going to be the death of us all. That's why I'm going to buy a horse and go live in the mountains.
Damn it, Tony.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh, man.
Be up there with, my bow and arrow and a fucking crotch full of ramen.
The old crotch ramen. Oh, man. So, with crotch ramen, do you still have to add the flavor packet, or do you just, kind of use nature's flavor packet?
Well, it depends. Do you want chicken ramen or do you want onion ramen?
What if I want both?
Well, then you do both, Brian.
Okay.
You do both.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes
sense. You gotta dry rub the scrot area with the flavor packet.
Yeah, but you'll never remember the dry rub.
That's true.
Damn it.
That's true. God damn it.
Yeah. Or I'll accidentally grab the peppercorns. Oh,
right?
Yikes. That's definitely not something you want to exfoliate with.
No. Hey guys, check out my peppercorn soap. Terrible idea.
Delicious. Just take a bite of it. Mm-mm.
Mmm.
You got any dip?
I dip my chips in it. Gotta make this a catchphrase.
Yes. Oh man. All right. Well, we should probably.
That'll be on our sitcom. It'll be like the pause, and then I look at the audience. I dip my chips in it. Woo!
Right, because every time you use it for a variety of things, of course.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a sexual thing, like I dip my chips in it, and everyone, ooh, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Then there's that one episode when we're at our friend's funeral, and I'm just like, I dip my chips in it. Oh. I
pat you on the back. I know, man. I know.
I know. I guess just Jesus needed another chip dipper.
Yeah, that's. I guess Jesus just wanted to dip his chips in it.
That's it. That's the line.
Yeah. You're right, man. You're right. It's what he would have wanted. Fuck. Oh, shit.
Wow.
All right, then.
Well, on that note.
Yeah. All right. Well, head over to saltylanguage.com. You can check out all the past episodes, the enthusiast episodes that we've done. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, or...
Danger!
Whoop.
Watch your back! Danger!
Got a little aggressive on that one.
Entertainment. It's all right. Mystical just wanted to dip his chips in it.
Well, hey, that's unfortunate. It was got him in jail.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're not wrong. God damn it. You are not wrong, sir. Wow. Well played. You saw that ball just sitting on the rim, and you're like, I'm dunking that
dude.
sumbitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Tearing the backboard down.
I know. I went airborne. I put like stroganoff right across somebody's nose. Dizunked.
Oh my god. Okay, so you drug stroke on him instead of drug stroke. Yeah, drug stroke.
Exactly, drug stroke.
Like what
it sounds like a terrible football player.
Doug Stroke. Ugh.
And in the last pick of the 6th round, Doug Stroke.
Yikes.
Yay.
From Ball State.
Yeah, boy, is he.
Yeah, from Ball State University. Wow. Yeah. Totally blanking here. Oh, if you'd like to help the show out, we'd really appreciate it if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, like on the upcoming Amazon days or whatever it's called, Prime Days. I don't forget it.
Prime Days, baby. Prime Days, son.
Swang by saltylanguage.com first. Click on our banner and then go spend all the monies. They don't tell us what you buy or, give any sort of information to us, but they do, chip off a couple of breadcrumbs for us occasionally. Also, if you'd like to help us out, we'd appreciate it if you rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Or, I'm sorry, Apple Podcast. I was doing so well. I hadn't called it iTunes in weeks. Son of a bitch.
This is true.
Damn it. Maybe I'll edit it out.
I mean...
horse shit!
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What are you going to do? Yeah.
It's true.
Please rate, review, and subscribe. Don't forget 5-star ball wash.
Damn straight.
And if you're using Spotify, Stitcher, or other podcast apps like Downcast, please use the like or share options on there as well to maybe help us get new listeners, if you would. Or please retweet our episode tweets or our Facebook posts. Please share those with peoples, Tell friends if you think they'd like our show. Tell people, like Rambo used to say, tell your friends or tell your enemies.
Yeah. Sit in a room for 12 hours and trip balls.
Boom. Yeah. Good choice. If you would like to suggest a Q of the W to the show, hint, you can email them to us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can hit us up on the Twitters at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can try to find me at Monotony. I might answer. Well, you're better off. Hit me up on like Snapchat, salty_language.
I'm at Ninjitsu.
Or Instagram. We're at Salty Language on Instagram.
Word. No Pinterest.
No.
Not until Tony sets
we don't have a Salty Pinterest.
Not until Tony sets that up.
Exactly.
You are
my profile pic would just be my painted toes.
And some of your famous crotchpot recipes.
Exactly. Oh, that would be actually funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, it would. Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
Right. Trying to think. I can't. Is that all the social media?
That's it, man. That's it, man.
That's all, man. All right. Well, I guess with all that, if you need any of the other links or social media stuffs, it's all on the website. And I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
I dip my chips in it.
Woo! Fuck, that's what I was going to close with. No, I'm kidding. No.
Spoiled again.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, stay salty.